Okay, so it's been way too long between updates, and I apologise for that. A lot has been happening, and a lot's been going on. But yeah, I guess unfortunately people are a bit worried because I haven't posted anything. So I thought I'd hit you up with an update. It might take a bit of time, but we'll see how we go. Yes, moved into Cronulla, which is great. It's good to have my own space, so I can create a routine now for my therapies, on my food, have somewhere to store all my food because it's quite, I guess, difficult to do that when you're sharing a place with your parents and stuff. Because I was living at home when I got back. So it's great living in my own space now and being stone's throw away from the beach, which is fantastic. Obviously, same thing happened with the oncologist when I went back and saw her. She's obviously really worried about me still, but I said I'm refusing the Lonsurf, which is a chemotherapy treatment they've offered me. Basically, like I said before, I just don't want that crap in my body. I really want to try and do this as naturally as possible, and if I start taking any chemotherapy, I feel like I'm going to be taking a 5-week step back. So basically, yeah, I'm getting a lot of the therapies that I got overseas, but I'm sort of getting them here now. So vitamin C IV I can organise here. I'm getting hypothermia therapy, which is the photo you saw me last night, which is an infrared sauna, which basically hits the body up to a point where cancer cells can't survive. And I'm accompanying that with oxygen therapy, which is what the hyperbaric chamber I was doing overseas was all for. Cancer hates oxygen, so if I put more oxygen in my blood, especially while doing something like the hypothermia treatment, it should work, primo like that too. Still on the MCT oil every night, which is great. And also obviously the supplements and the injectables. But the newest thing I'm doing is called mistletoe therapy. Now, there was a lady in the States who had the same situation I was in, stage 4 colorectal with metastatic lesions to liver and lungs. And she was on mistletoe therapy, and she's been now clear for 5 years. So I've started that as of this week, which is great as well. The only thing I really can't get here that I could get over there is the blood separation therapy. So where they take my blood and separate the white and red cells, and then boost me up with my immune system with the white cells when they give them back. So that's not available here yet, but that might be something that I consider flying over to maybe Thailand, because there's a hospital over there that does that. I'm also on a clinical trial which involves the T cells, which you may or may not have seen, but T cells are known for killing cancer cells as well. They're not as effective with colorectal, but this trial that I'm on, they're already in phase 2, which is great. It means all the other pre-trials are already done. So the phase 2 means I'm getting the proper dose, and you give 2 drugs. One drug signals the cancer cells as a stop-go mechanism, and then if you get the go with that drug, then the T cells get in there and start killing it. So one thing doesn't work for all cancers, but if that first drug activates all my cancer cells to give it the green light, then those T cells will get in there and really give it a good go. So I got my appointment with them on Wednesday to confirm a few things. I should be starting that by the end of the month, which is also great news. Other than that, sticking to the diet. My ascites is just not really, look at my baby belly. It's not comfortable. Like, I'm not in any pain at all, but it's just not comfortable all the time, and it demotivates me, and it's just much more comfortable to sit down, which I don't like doing all day. But some days it's just, you need to just relax and you need to give yourself a bit of time. Meditation was another big thing that my naturopath told me to do, which I've never done, but I'm going to start implementing that as well. Which is, like I said, I got a lot of things now in my day that I need to get done, which is great. I need all these things, and I need a routine. But now that I'm here in Cronulla and I'm sorted, the routine is probably the most important thing I need to really get cracking on now and get this stuff sorted. My body's still weak because I haven't done any training for 3 or 4 months, so I need to start doing more of that. So it's exciting times, but it's also very I need to be self-motivated a lot. I really need to get my head around what I'm doing and stop slacking off. I say slacking off, but that's just me being hard on myself. I'm still doing something every day that is proactive to my health. It's still a scary spot to be in, don't get me wrong, knowing that all these things I'm doing naturally hopefully will help, but there's no way to tell. So my oncologist will still get me my CT scans and bloods, because as she puts it, she still wants to make sure I'm okay. She still wants to take care of me to an extent. But in hindsight, the Chris O'Brien Lifehouse has got a really holistic approach to everything. Yes, they do chemotherapy there as well, but I need acupuncture for my neurotherapy. I would like to do yoga, or I want to start meditating, and they do all that stuff there. So it might be a good idea to maybe switch oncologists, and just see what the Chris O'Brien Lifehouse is like for someone like me who's taking this natural approach. But it's all good. Like I still feel good, which is the most important thing, and a lot of things that you read about people with cancers, that if you don't feel like you're dying, there's a good chance you're probably not. So I definitely don't feel like that, aside from just being uncomfortable with the ascites and being careful with my diet. I feel great. I'm still just happy being back, and I'm happy just sort of chilling out, and I'm trying to work here and there, but it's really hard if I can't sit down all day because my bowel's still messed up from the chemotherapy. But we'll get there, and I'm excited to get all these things cracking and get my routine in place and have just the routine really, so I can start working out again. And hopefully I'm going to approach my oncologist tomorrow and ask them if they can drain the liquid behind my organs, because of the ascites, because it's getting ridiculous now. It's just, they look for words like pain management, wherever I go there, I'm like, yeah, I'm not in pain, but I'm really uncomfortable, but it's affecting my sleep, it's affecting my back. So if they could drain it, that's what I'm going to go for. So I'll let you know how I go with that. I will try and do more updates as we go with my routines and how the therapies are going and things like that. But sorry, but I'm okay. Everything's going great, and just got to get cracking. I'll let you know how the routine goes, and looking forward to moving on with summer and getting myself a paddleboard. Hopefully I've got a little bit of money left over from my tax payout this year, so I should be able to get one of these nice stand-up paddle boards, because I can't lay down still, and get out there and start enjoying myself and keeping the positive side of things mentally really cranking. Bought myself a pair of rollerblades for the aggressive skates, because the boys like to scooter in the park, and last time I was there, I'm not really confident on the skateboard or the scooter, but if I got these skates now, so I can hang out with them in the park now as well, which would be great. Once again, just really focusing on my therapies, B, my mental health, just being positive and just trying to just fight this thing as naturally as possible. And like I said, I feel good. It's just the discomfort of the ascites. So I'm glad that people are worried. I'm glad people contact me. I appreciate when people go out of their way to contact me and make sure I'm okay. But everything is great, and I just got to keep moving forward, and I will, and you'll hear about it. So thanks again. Thanks for your patience, and I will speak to you soon. Yahoo! Talk to you soon.